Hey guys, now in today's video, we're taking a look at a brand new vac from Ecovacs. It's a DEEBOT T20 Omni. Now, this vacuum has unique features, and in our home, we love robots. I have so many robots, we've tested so many robots, and this one is unique. It's unique because it has a hot water system that's going to clean your mop pads, and that is going to mean that as it scrubs and cleans, your floors are going to be super clean too. So, in this video, we're going to take a look at the robot. We're going to see how it works. We're going to put it through an obstacle course, and you'll see how well this robot navigates our home. And it's going to go through a wood and tile area with a lot of dirt. Remember, we have 4 Pomeranians in our house. So if you have dogs and you know that they bring things into your home and you want to have let's say your floor is always squeaky clean, then you'll want to check out the Ecovacs DEEBOT T20 Omni. Let's go take a look at the specs and we'll see it in action. Now, as you mentioned, this is a vac mop robot combo. So it's going to sweep your floor, it's going to vacuum your floor, and it's also going to mop your floor at the same time. Now, what sets this robot apart from other robots is the fact that it has the ability to heat the water, right, that it uses up to 131 degrees Fahrenheit. That's hot water, right? And when you look at hot water, think about any kind of stubborn stains. If you want to be able to remove stubborn stains, having hot water is something that really adds to that experience, and it actually breaks up the dirt a lot easier. So this robot is really suited for deep cleaning, and it's also suited for breaking up those tough stains that you may have on the floor, especially if it's something that's caked in over time. Now, the neat thing about this is that the pads themselves, as they're being cleaned with this hot water, are going to last longer. And let's face it, if you have a smelly mop pad or you have a dirty mop pad, that means you're going to have a dirty floor. You're going to have spots everywhere. It's just highly advised that you have something that is clean when you're cleaning a floor. So this solution is going to make sure that they're nice and clean. And then the other thing that it does is it has a auto hot air cleaning solution. So it is automatically, as soon as you put it into the docking station and it docks, it's going to use air heat, like a vacuum or actually a blower, to actually blow dry the mop pads. And that also is something really important because smelly mop pads means smelly floor. We've tested a lot, and I can tell you for a fact that if you have these mop pads moist and almost mildewy in smell, you're going to get that on your floor, and it's hard to take out. No worries with this one here. And the cool thing about this is that you're going to be able to use this on wood, carpet, and tile. And when it comes to the carpet side, it does have an auto lift feature so that the pads themselves are not wetting your carpet, which I really like. Now, one of the things that this robot is doing is that it has 4 stages of cleaning. Basically, what you have is a brush that's going to be sweeping and bringing up the dirt and any kind of debris, cereal, and stuff like that may fall on the floor. And then you have 6,000 PA suction that is actually sucking all this stuff in. It has a rubber brush that is actually turning at the same time. And this is going to be great because, as it gets on carpet or other surfaces, it's tangle-free. So if you have pets like we do, you don't have to worry about that. So it's a tangle-free solution. Now, the carpet also has Osmo Turbo 2.0, which means that the rotation and the speed that these pads are going is going to be fast, and it's going to help bring up any kind of stubborn stains. It has deep edge cleaning, and that's something that I really like, and I've been seeing more and more manufacturers really focus on the edges because these robots do fantastic in the middle, but when you think on the corners, you may find that it doesn't do a good job. Not the case with this one. Actually, this one has a 60% more efficient or improvement over some of the previous solutions that you see out there. And what you can do is you can actually set it to deep clean the edges every 7 days. So you may not want to do this every single time, but you can say, you know what, every 7 days, I want you to get the corners really nice and clean, and it will do it for you. Super efficient. Now, it does also have 3D obstacle avoidance, and we're going to put it through the test in our maze, shoes, mix it up with some materials, and see how well it does. And again, it's going to navigate things pretty well. The other thing that I find that's unique is that it has voice activation, and it has its own robot that's built in. So you'll be able to speak to it, find the status, and actually command it to do certain things. All right, guys, so this is what the docking station for the Ecovacs look like. And it does come in a couple of colors. We have the white version here. And a couple of things we'll highlight is at the very top. As you open this up, the cool thing about this is that you're going to have a dirty water and clean water container. We're going to get a little bit closer so that we can see that. The Ecovacs, the first thing I'll highlight is that it does have a dirty water and a clean water container, right? So you notice this is my clean water container here, nice and clean. And we've been using this guy, right? And then over here, I have my dirty water container. And yeah, that's dirty. When you have 2 Pomeranians, or actually 4 Pomeranians as we do, keeping the floors clean, it becomes a challenge. Now, the cool thing about this is that maintaining this is pretty simple. All I have to do is empty the dirty water, fill up the clean water, and we're set to go. Now, your dustbin is kind of cool and it's hidden, right? You can tell that there's something here. And if you touch it here, it's kind of like one of those, I would say, hidden wall kind of situations. Right here in the bottom, there's a little button that you push up, and then it opens up. And then this is where your dustbin is going to be for all of the debris that's being picked up by the robot. All you have to do is take this out and then throw it in the garbage and put a new one in. Now, the robot is very sleek and good looking. I really like this finish that we have here. And it's going to want to do things on me. So we don't want to have it move. And you heard it tell me, put me down. I'm off the floor. So a couple things you have here. First of all, you have your dustbin here inside. You'll never use this because it has the bag. It's going to auto empty. You do have your power button, as well as you have your Wi-Fi sync. And that's pretty much all you'll need when you first grab this robot for the very first time when you're setting it up. Now, before it wants to return, I just want to show you what the bottom looks like. Very polite robot, and it's telling me to put it back. You hear that? So, a couple things. Here you have your rotating brushes. Right? And you have the brush right here, that rubberized brush that's going to be tangle-free. You have the 2 sweepers on each side, right? And if ever you have to remove this, just by pushing these 2 buttons right here together, this will come out so you can get into anything that has gone in here. So we've had accidents, and you don't want to have a dirty, I would say a dirty roller. So this is something that you can take off really easily. So I'm going to put it down. And it knows, it's pretty smart. So it knows that I put it down. And what it will do is it will go back into its docking station automatically. Let's take a closer look at what's going on down there. Now in this area, you're going to see a couple things. First, you'll see that you have the charging connector. And then what you can see is that there is some cleaning that's taking place right there. So you can see kind of how things get scrubbed. And then also how we've been using this. And you saw how dirty the water is. What I love, and I have to say love, is notice how clean that area is. I typically have other robots where you have to kind of like wipe down the inside. Haven't had to do that yet with this one. Now the robot also operates really quietly. And just want to show you how it will go through to put itself back into the docking station. We'll just let it go.
Start charging.
That is super cool, right? Starts charging, speaks to you as it's going through that process. Super simple. Now, we're going to have the robot go through an obstacle course of sort. So I have some shoes, I have some debris there, I have some cables, and we're going to have it start cleaning. So I'm in the app, and you can see this app has a lot of features. There's a lot of options here. We're going to first start the cleaning just so we can see the actual experience. So it's going to go ahead and kick off. You'll notice the very first step is it's going to wash the mop pads, which is really important. You can hear the actual water going in, and you can actually hear the suction as it's picking up the dirty water that could be coming off of the mop pads. Now keep in mind that we had the mop pads cleaned previously, and you saw how much was removed. Really, really clean area. And we do have 4 dogs in our home, which, drag in stuff from the outside. Now we're the kind of family that takes off our shoes when we come in the house, but yeah, obviously can't have that with dogs. Dogs do walk around, and dogs do bring things. So we're going to let the cleaning cycle go through, and then we'll watch the actual robot in action. Now, a couple things. The floor that you see here is a hardwood floor that has been cleaned numerous times with this robot. A couple things that we'll highlight is, first of all, notice how the floor is spot-free. No streaks, nothing's there. And notice how the floor is spot-free, no streaks, nothing is there. And that's what you're looking for a robot, that when they go through, that you don't want to have to clean after it. All right, so now the robot's out of its docking station, and we'll see if it goes to the left or to the right. It may start on the right a little bit first, but we'll see how well it does. I'm also want to see how well it does as it gets close to the edges. And for me, what I'm looking for is for the smarts of the robot to avoid bumping into things, because this is not the type of robot that should be the bumping robot, right? Should be bumping into walls. So that's the first obstacle. And it did move it to the side, didn't go over it. All right, we'll continue to follow it. Now, the cool thing is, as this robot is cleaning, you're going to be able to see the robot also on the application. So you can see the charging station is indicated by the charging volt. And as we see what's going on over here, we can see the robot is negotiating, checking things out. There is something there on the floor. Let's see if it works its way around it or tries to go over it. And it pushed it. Let's see. It saw something. Now it's going to try to work around it. Let's see. It is trying to figure out what's going on there, obviously. Let's see what it can be up to. It should start working its way around the debris there. Let's see. Now, this is an interesting shape for the robot because it's actually, it's almost like if it was a string or a cable. So it is working our way around, and it's still going to try to clean a portion of it, even though it's there. And it grabbed it. Let's see if it takes it with or if it stays behind. Nope, it stood behind. So that's a win. That's a win. It didn't pick it up. Now, while the robot's going to continue to clean, one of the things I just wanted to highlight here, and we'll bring up the camera, you can see that the floor is being mopped at the same time. And the amount of moisture that's being deposited is pretty light. It's not significant. It's just enough. All right, so here we see the robot actually making its way, getting really close. Let's see if it picks up that debris right there. See if it leaves it or takes it with. And it's gone. And it's doing a real nice job of staying really, really close to the bottom of our sofa. Making sure it gets that really nicely. We'll go ahead and pan a little bit so you can see it off camera right here, how it's kept on going. There it is right there. And it's going to go ahead and try to make its way through that spot right there. And I'm looking for is like, is it crashing or is it just like feeling its way through? And you can see how nicely it made its way through there without really disturbing most of the things that I have. We do a lot of projector reviews on the channel, so my living room has a lot of media stuff in it. And right now it's working its way through some furniture we're testing and some other accessories. Now this is going to be a good test because I have some cables there. I want to see how tripped up it gets with the cables. So we have some cabling, and you notice how it's ignoring the cabling. And this is a really tight spot there, so it's going to go ahead and make its way through it. And most robots that I've tested will basically climb on top of those cables, and what they'll do is, just get tangled up. This one didn't. That's pretty good. All right, so the robot has made it out of our little maze there, and is going to continue to try to clean up as well as it can. Now it's going to be going around this media center. This is a media center for a ultra short throw projector, and you can see how it's trying to make its way around. I'm going to move the camera because it's not going to be happy with me in the way and have to go around me. You can see how nicely it negotiated that. Now, the app for the DEEBOT T20 Omni is very robust. It has a lot of cool features that you're going to be able to just really leverage to get the best cleaning experience. Now, you'll notice that over here you have your little avatar or your actually Siri equivalent, your robot or AI robot that's built in that's going to allow you to, again, provide some commands and have the robot take action. I don't really use it that much. I just go straight for some of the action items that you have, and you're going to see why. So I'm going to go ahead and enter so we can see what's going on here in the robot. Now, a couple of things that you're going to see once it comes in is that I do have a layout of my room, and it's actually showing me the last cleaning that it did. So you can see the areas here that it cleaned and some of the things that it navigated around. You do have the ability to see it in 3D. So we'll go ahead and switch to that. So you can see this is the layout of the floor. The robot is over here, which is my formal living room, right? Or my living room, rather. This right here represents my walkway, which is the primary entrance where everyone walks through and the area that I clean the most. And then this is my formal living room all the way up here in front. This is an area that, I don't really have the robot go, but it identifies each room based on the entry, right? So it sees it as a room. So you have a lot of different options there. We're going to go back to the 2D view for a second. Now, the cool thing about this is that what you can do is if you're going to be doing any kind of cleaning, you can actually tap on these to set specific settings, but we're not going to go into that yet. Now, on the bottom here, you'll notice that you have your cleaning patterns. You can actually have standard cleaning, deep cleaning, or fast cleaning. You can have edge cleaning happen every 7 days, and that's going to get closer to the edges. You have also carpet cleaning, cleaning sequences that you can establish, scheduled cleaning, and then also you can choose your languages. There's a lot of options here. You also have then, let's go ahead into custom. I use the custom sometimes a lot too, especially if I know that we had a high trafficking day. House is clean, but there's a specific area. So I could basically say this is the area I wanted to clean, and if I hit start, it's going to go there. If I'd like that area clean, I can hit that and it will go there. So the custom features are really nice in being able to set that as well. We're not going to cover every single part of the program because it has a lot of capabilities, but just the ones that I find myself using the most. Over here, this is another area where you can do vacuum only, vacuum and mop once or twice. You can determine the suction power. How is this going to be? Let's go back in here. You can also then look at your station features. So we're going to go into station features. And here you can see your clean water tank, your dirty water tank. You can see mopping pads cleaning, empty the dustbin, hot air dry. It's right now running. You can see that the hot water is washing, water efficient washing, and then you have deep washing. So you have all these different options that you can choose from. Now, if I wanted to mop or clean a specific area, all I have to do is go into area, tap the area that I want, and it's going to go ahead and choose that area. Now, you'll notice that I don't have, like this one right here, doesn't really have an even space. Like you can see all these areas that are not red. That's because those are areas where there's extra stuff there. So I have some boxes here, and I also have some furniture that I'm testing that is in place. So it has to work around it. Typically, you would not see, towards the bottom area, that many open spaces. But because we have items that we're testing, there's some space being used there. But I can tap anywhere in this map to tell it where to go based on the area that's selected. So guys, that wraps up our review. See you in the next video.